Well, Mike, it's October, that special time of the year when the dead rise from their tombs and our nation's graveyards come alive to the sound of vampires and mummies doing the monster mash. But what's this? Like, shambling out of the final crypt? Why, it's some kind of chimera made up of games that are specifically coming to Game Pass this month. You try to scream, but the sound catches in your throat as a clammy hand that is also a boxed copy of Gotham Knights closes over your mouth. Here are the games coming to Game Pass in October 2023. Ooh. First up on October the 3rd, we have Gotham Knights. Batman is dead. What? Oh no. A new expansive...
This is the first you've heard of it?
Yeah. Who will keep Gotham safe? Oh wait, it continues. A new expansive criminal underworld has swept the streets of Gotham City. It is now up to the Batman family. Batgirl Batman, Nightwing Batman, Red Hood Batman, and Robin Batman to protect Gotham. Gotham Knights is an open-world action RPG set in the most dynamic and interactive Gotham City yet. Patrol Gotham's 5 distinct boroughs in solo or in co-op, and drop in on criminal activity wherever you find it. This was your Game of the Year last year in our Game of the Year videos. Care to row that back, or are you going to stick by it?
Not at all. No, I think it's a good game. I'm glad it's going to find a wider audience on Game Pass. And I'm also glad that I'll have more people to potentially play it in co-op with where it is definitely best enjoyed. But I will also acknowledge it was a real dry year. The co-op is obviously a big part of it, but also I think I was not expecting it to have as much sort of story going on as well, because there's a lot of procedural elements. That patrol stuff is probably the least interesting bit of the game.
Yeah.
And actually it's the stuff that progresses the story, and it's kind of bold to start a game in Gotham where you kill Batman. I mean, obviously the fact that it's now on Game Pass less than a year after it came out suggests that was the wrong decision if you're trying to sell a game set in Gotham.
A poor decision.
Maybe put Batman in it. But
you're telling me Batman is not in this at all?
He's in it right at the beginning. I haven't completed it. Maybe he comes back right at the end.
Maybe he's in an alley and you can just find him. It's an Easter egg.
Murder Alley, yeah.
Hello, you found me. I'm here in the alley, grieving.
But it's fun. And I love the version of Gotham. It's like a sort of neon... It's not quite Schumacher-verse.
Oh, Schumacher-verse. We're talking Burton?
It's not. It's less gothy than Burton. It's more neon than... But yeah, I like it. I think it's worth a try. You certainly can't argue with... free to download as part of your Game Pass subscription.
Yeah, that's true. So. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but aren't Nightwing, Red Hood, and Robin all the same person?
You are wrong,
okay,
technically, but Nightwing has been Robin before,
and so
and
has
Red Hood has been Robin before. But
why don't you just say Batgirl and 3 Robins team up?
Because it sounds like she's being pursued by
a pack of
garden
small
birds.
Yeah,
exactly.
Well, what could be more festive?
Yeah.
Oh wait, it's October. All right, fine. That's coming out on October 3rd. Batman's not in it, but don't. I mean, maybe think about that before you download it. Also on October the 3rd, we have the Lamplighters League. Recruit a team of misfits with unique abilities and unforgettable personalities and chase the banished court to the ends of the earth in a mix of real-time infiltration, turn-based tactical combat, and a character-driven story of adventure and intrigue. So this is a pulp adventure game set in a sort of alternate history 1930s. It's turn-based tactical combat, kind of like XCOM style is your kind of the vibe, but it also has a real-time infiltration phase. So you know in like games like Sniper Elite, where you're going to snipe someone, but before you do that, you sort of sneak your way in and you look around and you scope everything out, and then you can decide.
I don't.
That's the way you're supposed to play.
I run in throwing potato masher grenades around and then get into trouble.
I realise now that was the wrong
analogy
to strike. Yeah. But the idea is that you're supposed to scope the whole zone.
Get yourself set up,
and that's when you decide to initiate combat.
Sort of like Baldur's Gate, a little bit, right?
I was going to say, like, I've not historically been into tactical turn-based combat games. Having played a lot of Baldur's Gate 3 recently, kind of into it now.
Yeah,
kind of like being able to stop, consider my options, survey the battlefield, use the battlefield to my advantage, and sort of like play to my skills in that way. So
and potentially tip the odds in your favour by approaching the battle sensibly and cleverly.
Exactly, using the environment and kind of finding out enemies' weaknesses and exploiting those. So I think it's a genre I'm more kind of open to now, and the fact that this has that kind of pulp adventure novel 1930s like Indiana Jones, King Solomon's Mines kind of vibe to it.
Although interestingly, the last game I remember that did that was Strange Brigade, which was made by the Sniper Elite people.
So there you go. Well, this isn't made by the Sniper Elite people. It is made by the people...
And it's probably a better game than Strange Brigade as well.
Well, they made Shadowrun Returns, those games, and also BattleTech. So it's along the same...
okay. I played BattleTech.
Yeah.
Ellen and I played some of BattleTech. It was pretty good.
So there you go. So that is also coming to Game Pass on October the 3rd. Next up on October the 4th, Warhammer 40,000 Darktide. Take back the city of Tertium. Tertium.
One of the two.
From hordes of bloodthirsty foes in this intense and brutal action shooter, Warhammer 40,000 Darktide is the new co-op focused experience from the award-winning team behind the Vermintide series. As Tertium falls, rejects will rise. Go with Tertium.
Tertium sounds good, yeah.
Like tertiary.
Yeah, exactly. Rejects will rise.
Rejects
what are you saying about me?
Rise.
What are you saying about me?
Should
you saying I'm a reject?
Should appeal to you, Mike.
Excuse me. This is quite exciting, and I was dimly aware of this game coming out and thought, ooh, I'd quite like to play that, and then I didn't. And now it's on Game Pass. I feel bad, but not that bad, because I'm going to get to play it for free now.
Yeah, well, I would like to play it because I really enjoyed Vermintide.
Vermintide was fun.
I thought it was excellent. Instead of like all the rat people that you had in Vermintide, now it's sort of like plague zombies. And it's also in the future because it's Warhammer 40k.
It's got big guns, bolters. That's a Warhammer gun, isn't it? A bolter.
Yeah, probably. You've got different classes, as in Vermintide. So you can fight with either bots or teams of humans. You can fight with your friends. And like Vermintide, you fight off kind of hordes of enemies while completing kind of simple objectives. But it's all about teamwork and using your abilities correctly. And also it has guns in it because it's in the future. So, I mean, sounds good to me. Hordes of things, shooting them, Warhammer 40k.
Yeah. I feel like it had a shaky launch. I feel like there were some issues around launch and people got upset about it. I assume those issues have been fixed now.
Yeah, it's been out for a while.
So maybe give it a shot.
Maybe try it on Game Pass on October the 4th. Next up on October the 10th, something called Forza Motorsport. Don't know what that is. Oh wait, here's some text. Race over 500 real-world cars, including modern race cars and more than... Sorry. Nodded off.
Andy!
And more than 100 cars new to Forza Motorsport. Make every lap count across 20 living tracks. All right, now I'm back in. Living tracks. With fan-favourite locations and multiple track layouts to master, each featuring live on-track scoring. Fully dynamic time of day with weather and unique driving conditions where no two laps feel the same. Tell me about these living tracks. Are they like...
It makes it sound like you're racing through the lower intestine of a gigantic monster.
It sounds like a Mortal Kombat stage. Is it like a flesh ribbon stretching off into the horizon that is sort of twisting under you?
Andy, sadly not. No, it's more talking about the evolution of the track's surface because of variable weather and time of day and things like that.
All right, fine. All right, I'm going to sort of like tune out while you just tell people why this is good.
It's exciting. I've played a bit of the preview version of this game already, and the thing for me that is most important is that the handling feels really, really good, right?
Okay.
I had problems with the handling in Forza Motorsport 7. I thought it felt a bit weird sometimes. This one feels a lot better. They've changed some of the career mode stuff as well, so it's now about sort of tuning your car up, but there's a lot of easy ways to do that as well. You can sort of get the computer to tune it for you. So there's some
Forza Motorsport is the boring one, right? Out of the two, Horizon is the fun one?
Yes.
It is broadly
in broad terms, yes. But if you're like me and you like motorsport, it's quite exciting.
All right, and this is day one on Game Pass.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, it's a Microsoft first-party game, so it is day one on Game Pass. If you want to play it earlier, you have to pay for the sort of pre-ordery premium version.
Starfield.
Like Starfield, but it will be available to everyone on the 10th.
All right, two questions. One, Burnout style takedowns?
None.
Question mark?
None.
Question two, can you get out of the car?
You can look at the car and sort of walk around it a bit and look at it from different angles and open the doors and things.
I see. October the 10th. Next up, October the 26th, is Mineko's Night Market. Mineko's Night Market is a narrative-driven social simulation adventure game that celebrates Japanese culture and invites players to craft whimsical items, eat delicious snacks, and ultimately enjoy all the cats.
Sounds like an Ellen game to me.
It does. It's got a very nice art style, as you're seeing now with this footage on the screen. So this follows a little girl and her dad. They move to an island that's sort of in decline, and there's a local legend of a giant cat called Mineko who can't get back home. So that's your ultimate goal, as you're trying to help this enormous legendary cat get home. But the sort of main gameplay thing you do is you learn recipes and then you sell them at the Saturday night market.
Right.
They're not like all food recipes. They're things like journals and bug dioramas and fish ponds and things like that. And then, so you sell those at the night market, and at the end of each Saturday night, there's like a mini game, like finding hidden lanterns or marching in a parade, something like that, racing around on the back of a cat, things like that. So it sounds very cozy, very kind of low pressure, low stakes, but just like a nice chill, cozy game for this time of year.
Are they aware of how close to Halloween they're releasing it and that it should really be scary?
Well, I mean, yeah, probably. But then, you know, I've not seen this cat.
Giant cat.
I've not
could
seen
be
this
terrifying.
giant cat.
I think a big cat would be scary.
Could have like a messed up face.
Yeah, and I've seen what cats do to mice, and if you were the size of a mouse and the cat was big.
Say no more. Next up on October the 31st, Halloween itself, Headbangers Rhythm Royale.
What? That's not a Halloween game!
Headbangers is a light-hearted rhythm battle royale game where you and 29 other pigeons compete against each other, all to complete your quest of claiming the title of Master Headbanger. So this is... No, it's not scary. I know.
Come on!
But it does look really good. It's a battle royale rhythm game.
Okay.
You play as pigeons, everyone's a pigeon, and you're all competing at the same time in rhythm minigames. So it to me, it had like a, you know, Rhythm Heaven, the old DS, the Japanese DS rhythm games, had that kind of vibe, different things where you're singing along or you're trying to headbang in time or...
in that very pigeony way.
That very pigeon, yeah, where they're bobbing their heads and stuff. There's 23 mini games. There's a little bit of like Parappa the Rapper style stuff in there. I love rhythm games, and this is right up my alley, I think.
You get home on October the 31st. You are not going to be firing this game up.
No, but you can download it on October 31st, and then the very next day is November.
Yeah.
So what if you imagined all the pigeons are souls who died, and this is like purgatory?
Okay, I like where you're going with this.
And the only way they can escape from this limbo is to headbang to music.
So it's like a curse, really, isn't it?
Or an evil wizard did it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm back on board.
Finally, also on October the 31st is Jusant. Enjoy meditative vibes in Jusant, an action puzzle climbing game. Scale an immeasurably tall tower and ascend to new heights alongside your watery companion. Master your climbing tools, find your way up through diverse biomes, and piece together the tower's past.
Is it so immeasurably tall that it drives men mad?
Possibly.
All right,
possibly
I'll
there's
allow
a Lovecraftian thing at the top. Maybe maybe there's a big cat at the bottom who's scratching and clawing at your ankles, and you have to climb.
Like a giant scratching post.
Yeah, there isn't, but it's a climbing game. I mean, you like climbing.
I do like climbing.
You've been bouldering.
I do, yeah. All right.
It's got that kind of grow home climbing thing where you get a trigger for each of your hands, and you're sort of grabbing onto things with the triggers, and also it has a kind of a jumping mechanic where you have to. It's like a very physical jump. You have to hold a button to power it up, and then you throw the stick in the direction you want to go, and you sort of leap with a big, and then grab. It's like a very physical feeling climbing system, which is unusual in a video game. It's usually just hold a button or press a button to jump.
Thanks a lot, Assassin's Creed.
This feels a lot more tactile, I think. It looks really nice, and if you're into the sort of puzzly aspects of climbing, which is what bouldering basically is, I think it's going to be something that's up your alley.
There's that film, that film Fall, where they're up a tower, and that's scary.
But yeah, there aren't any. I don't think there are any horror games in this, which is, I think, a bit of a missed opportunity.
What the hell?
Maybe the Dead Space remake could have.
Yeah.
Or
I feel like they should do at least some seasonal releases for
Yeah.
Anyway, you'd be scared if I made you play Forza Motorsport. So.
That's true.
Maybe that's it.
Yeah. I mean, that does sound like hell. So those are the games coming to Game Pass this month, which is October 2023. Mike, what will you be playing, as if I need to ask?
Mostly Forza, yeah, it's true, mostly Forza. It's brand new, it's a big racing game. It's the first one in like 7 years or something, 6 or 7 years. So, yeah, I'm excited for it.
For me, it's got to be between Gotham Knights, which I haven't played, but I might do now. It's on Game Pass, and Warhammer 40k Darktide.
Yeah, let's play some Darktide.
Looks really good. Yeah, let's do some Darktide. All right, thanks for watching, folks. Let us know what you're looking forward to on Game Pass. Subscribe for more videos like this, and we'll see you next time on Outside Xbox. Bye.